Hey there, and welcome to another exciting episode of Tales from the Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, JB, here with the very beautiful Uncle Ron.
I am adorable. And who is that? Who is that gorgeous thing that I just saw?
Me?
No.
No. Obviously, he's referring to our new logo. So for those who saw the video or could actually look behind us there, blah, 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 there will be new things being popped up all over the sites and everything shortly after the show or early tomorrow. But yes, we do have a new updated logo. I was like, you know what? Maybe I should let Ron be on the logo too.
Maybe, because I don't do things that are illegal.
Isn't that the fucking truth, man? So anyways,
not anymore, not since I got caught with all that meth.
Well, that's understandable. So how's things going with you, man?
Just getting kind of acclimated to the new work schedule, and it's fucking weird having Tuesdays and Saturday and Fridays off, and then I would much prefer to have the Saturday off after, so I can recover from this bullshit. And new episode. The first episode of Uncle Ron's Drive-In was supposed to be up today, but like everything fell apart. And then I went to the mailbox, and then something amazing was there, so I had to run all the way across town to Michael's to get a frame for said amazing thing. But
can you show us that amazing thing? Or
no, it's way. I'm not getting up.
This is said amazing thing.
Oh, it's a sign. It's a Toxic Avenger poster signed by Lloyd Kaufman. No big deal. But
awesome. That's still pretty fucking cool.
I guess.
Don't really care. Well,
he was a 98-pound weakling, but no. But there is something cool I want to talk about for just 2 seconds before we go on.
Melvin was.
Yeah, he was. Troma Now, which is the streaming service that most of my movies are on, and they might be adding a couple more, is now on Amazon Fire Stick, Roku, Apple TV, I guess, and Google Play. So now those people who are like, oh, I'm not going to watch it because it's on my computer. Now you can watch it on your TV and shut the fuck up. So, and if you haven't tried Troma Now yet, you can when you go, you can get a free month to watch all of my films.
Here's my question for somebody who's not a current subscriber yet. Do they have Sergeant Kabuki Man on there?
I believe so. It might also be on their YouTube channel, but
dropping the show right now and ordering it. No.
And it's only $5 a month, so I mean
that's not bad.
That's cheaper than Shudder.
It is, and
you don't get Surf Nazis Must Die on Shudder.
No, you don't. But you don't get Joe Bob on Troma Now.
No, but you do get Lloyd on The Last Drive-In.
Fair enough, man. That's awesome, though, man. Congratulations.
So that's just more people. And then plus, UncleRonsDriveIn.com is live. You can get a brand spanking new Uncle Ron's Drive-In shirt, and new episodes will be posted there every week. So.
Right. Do you know what I think about Uncle Ron?
I'm a little scared to find out.
Say fuck Ron Pertee.
That's fair too.
Right. So, anyways. This is Tales from the Podcast. We are going to be talking about an episode of Tales from the Crypt shortly. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and introduce our guests for this evening. Now, tonight might be a little bit of a clusterfuck, but you know what? Shit happens. We have fun. It's all going to be entertaining. So we actually have 3/4 of the band because one of the guys is just kind of like, fuck you guys, blah, blah, blah.
And I will hunt him down in the Canadian wilderness.
Damn it. But we got 3/4 of the band of Wash This Garden in Blood. We got Brett, Rob, and Trevor. How's it going, guys?
Good.
Going great.
Yeah. So how's everything going for you guys? I understand that you guys have been putting out a little bit of new music lately and everything.
Yeah, we just dropped our newest single pretty recently.
You should pick it up before you hurt somebody with that. They can
Right.
trip over it.
Which I believe I'm actually going to be airing that here in a little bit, actually, for everybody to check out, and hopefully they all enjoy it. Now, what can you tell everybody about the band? Like what you guys are all doing with it? What kind of music you guys play, just for the listeners? Brett, please. I'll direct every question to a specific person.
Okay, cool. Well, we mostly play like metal and hard rock stuff. Our newest single is definitely more on the metal side. So yeah, pretty much metal rock.
Pretty
basic.
That's fair enough. So I am curious because I obviously I've been chatting with you guys all a couple of weeks now, honestly, and obviously too that we all know that Trevor plays the bass. But what do you guys do as part of the band?
He was nice enough to tell us. You guys are just like, you're going to have to guess.
Off, right? So, Rob, why don't you go ahead and lead us off with that? And I'm sorry to exclude you from this, Trevor, but you were nice enough to put that in there.
I basically am a professional Brett copier, so Brett can sing while I play guitar.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And I'm assuming then that obviously Brett has to be the vocalist.
Yep, lead vocals and rhythm guitar.
Very, very cool, man. And I believe you guys said that you were based out of Toronto, except for Brett, who's in Nova Scotia. So I'm assuming does he send his tracks over, or do you guys actually do a lot of your recording live? Or I guess not really live, but together in a studio?
We do a lot of sending back and forth, but like I'm currently mixing all of our stuff, so at the end all the tracks are over here.
Poor Trevor. I feel so bad for him if you're mixing.
Right.
I mean, you're the vocalist. It's like injustice for Jason all over again.
Oh no! You know what? No, the mix has always been pretty good. I can hear myself, so I'm pretty happy.
Oh, Trevor's bass tones are awesome. I love hearing Trevor on the new track.
Yeah. And we will get to that here in just a moment. Before we do, though, there is a question that I always like to lead off the new guests with. And with this being Tales from the Podcast, and obviously most of the people that we have on are pretty into the shows, or at least watch them growing up and stuff. I do want to ask everybody what got them started watching a show like this. And I will start with Trevor since he's been left out of every question.
Damn.
He's like, man, I really hoped I can get through this without talking.
No. Well, okay. So this specific question, I don't know if I have an actual like answer for, because I don't think I'd heard of Tales of the Crypt, but never watched it. There's like an animated variation, like I think that's
Tales from the Crypt
90s.
Keeper,
right? I remember watching that when I was pretty young, and I can't remember a damn thing about it because I was young. But yeah, it was just entertaining. I don't really have like that much of a thing for not the spooky, but like I mean it's intriguing, you know. If I watch it, I watch it. It's definitely fun stuff, but I don't go and like search for it, but I respect it.
Enough.
It's my answer.
Fair enough. Rob, what about you, man?
So there used to be a show that I wasn't supposed to watch when I was a kid called like Goosebumps. R.L. Stein.
I thought
really
he was going to say
bad.
Red Shoe Diaries for a second.
Really bad. Like, the Goosebump books, but like they were all like reenactments, TV show versions of the books, and the TV shows were actually always really, really bad. But there's a few that scared the absolute crap out of me because I was like 9 and thought that these things could actually happen. And then as I got older, I began to think that vintage was cooler. So I guess as I got older, I kind of turned into a hipster. And
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's
So do you eat your pizza? So do you eat your pizza backwards? So it's you're finished with it before it gets cool.
actually I don't eat pizza because it's bad for the environment.
So, yeah, okay, dude.
Alrighty then.
Says me who just
Oh,
downed
man.
a pizza like 15 minutes ago.
We'll
Oh,
pretend
God.
that's true.
I
Well,
love pizza.
I'm sorry to hear about the misfortune in your life, and I truly hope that it starts to get better.
So what are you-
Can
my big
somebody help
question-
me?
My big question for Rob is when is he starting his Arcade Fire tribute band?
Oh god.
It's called Watch This Garden with Blood.
Oh, that's fair.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's fair.
And Brett, what about you, sir?
I may have seen like an episode or two in passing, like when I was younger, but I actually, we have a DVD of it somewhere here in the house. But I used to watch like Creep Show when I was younger, and a lot of those stuck with me. Like there was one with like water zombies or something. Like when they drowned, they came back as like zombies, and that one like really freaked me out when I was younger. And
Where
I
they were
remembered
buried
it,
in the
like,
sand
last
and the
year.
tide came up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like last year, I rewatched it and I was like, this is almost just as creepy as it was when I was younger, because I like remembered like the sound effects they were using were still very like just like ugh.
Oh yeah, the Creep Show movies were fucking amazing.
Old Unky George.
Until you got to number 3. 3 was pretty rough.
I haven't even
really,
seen that one. I don't think.
you don't.
You don't. Yeah, don't.
Don't even fucking waste your breath for real.
You could go your whole life without watching most of part 2 as well.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
So anyways, I'm going to catch up on a couple of the comments that have been thrown out here real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and actually air your music video. So here we go. We got Ziggy, sweet shirt. Obviously she's talking to me on that one.
Well, yeah, because I'm just, well, I mean, it could be me because it's all black, and we all know her affinity for darkness.
Yeah, but everybody knows her affinity for telling you to go pretty much fuck off.
That's
So,
true.
and we got David here. During the second season of Tales from the Crypt Keeper, had the rivalry between the Crypt Keeper, the Vault Keeper, and the Old Witch. And yes, it did. That was awesome. And just for you guys who do not know, those were actually the 3 people that were hosting. Like when you watch this episode, obviously you get the Crypt Keeper in the beginning and the end, so you can tell he's kind of like hosting all of the episodes. But these are actually based off of the EC comic books from 1950 to 1955. And each comic book would have anywhere between like 4 and 6 stories in it. And they were told by either the Crypt Keeper, the Vault Keeper, or the Old Witch. So it was a little bit different, but still a lot of fun. And if you actually go and watch like the 1973 Vault of Horror, the old Amicus horror film, that one actually has the like a live action version of like the Vault Keeper in it. And David says that's the one with Leslie Nielsen. When he drowned, yeah, Nielsen, whatever. Fuck
that Canada's own,
right? So you guys has at least one good thing from there. No, I'm joking.
Oh my god!
and it's called Watch This Garden with Blood.
I think it was called Trailer Park Boys.
Hey now.
Letterkenny.
Oh man, no, I'm just teasing anyway.
Oh fuck.
So, anyways, before we go ahead and actually get going into this episode and talk about it a little bit, why don't we go ahead and we're going to be, well, I don't know if it's really premiering because it's already aired out on your guys' YouTube channel, but is there anything that you guys can actually tell us about this song before we air it? Trevor, why don't we go ahead and take it off with you, man?
It spent a long time being written, I guess. Guys, when did we start working on it? Like,
Yes.
yes,
I think
probably like
of 2020.
or
Oh, wow.
maybe like even a little bit earlier.
It
But
might
yeah,
no, it was earlier than that because it was kind of an idea before we played Duppies.
Oh
The-
yeah,
the-
because
the
I
riff
think it
came
started
from
off- yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that is a long
and
time.
maybe Rob helped me with the, I guess, like the meaning of the song, because I'm pretty sure you'd written most of the lyrics. But
No, I think whatever.
oh, it was
I think
was it
Brett
Brett?
did that.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the song is generally just about like people as a collective standing up to a bigger power. Maybe, I mean, you can interpret it in whatever way you want, but could be just a larger oppressive force.
Interesting.
And happy Canada Day.
Oh, woo.
Happy almost 4th of July.
Luckily, you guys can't hear it, but they're lighting off firecrackers.
Same thing.
Crazy over here.
Bunch of fucking idiots.
Man, for real. Brett, Rob, do you guys have anything that you would like to add into that, or do you think Trevor covered it pretty well?
He described it better than I could.
I mean,
but that's exactly what it's about. And yeah.
Well, that's awesome. That is really cool. So, anyways, let me go ahead and air. This is Wash This Garden with Blood, the King and the Commoner. So there we go, everybody. So now you guys all had a chance to check them out. And obviously, all of their links were posted right there as well as they'll be in the show notes and everything like that. So everybody can go check them out everywhere on all their social media. I'm sure they'll definitely appreciate any kind of views thrown their way. That's for sure. Let's see, get little hearts from Rob.
Oh, metal.
The follower, that's for sure. No. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get into this episode a little bit. So, doing Tales from the podcast, we're going to do a Tales from the Crypt episode. And this is actually going to be, I'm very interested to see what everybody thought, which we're going to hold off to the end, just so everybody knows. So please don't give anything away while we're talking about it. But I'm really curious on what you guys thought about this one, even though it really wasn't necessarily the most horror-based episode so far, if you will. Which there is a reason for that. This right here is obviously it's it's pretty obvious that this right here was in the TV movie Two-Fisted Tales, which with this right here, as long as the episode, as well as the episode Showdown in Yellow, which technically were going to be like its own like spin-off type series thing that kind of didn't really work out. So it ended up becoming a Tales from the Crypt episode after the fact. So this right here actually aired August 8th of 1992. And this is an original script. There is no comic book whatsoever for this. So the comic book that they actually bring up during the episode, it's not even fucking there. It's not a real thing. So it doesn't really matter. This right here, obviously, this is the 9th episode, King of the Road. And quite a fucking interesting cast here, too, to say the least. So this was directed by Tom Holland, and probably not the Tom Holland that a few of you are probably thinking it is. This is the director.
The better Tom Holland.
Yes. So you have Fright Night, Child's Play, Thinner. I mean, fucking dude is fucking amazing, for real. I'm sure Ron loves Tom Holland.
I do. I love Tom Holland.
He does. In fact, Ron does naughty things with thinking about Tom Holland.
I do what now?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
He's pretty old. He is pretty old, definitely. He's about as wrinkled as the part of you that you're touching while thinking about him.
And well, instead of nut, it's more like
right. God damn you. This episode, the screenplay was actually written by Randall Johnson, who wrote the 1991 Doors movie, The Mask of Zorro. He has a few things that he's done. One of the cooler things that he did, and one of our past guests would actually really know him for this, he did the screenplay for the movie Dudes. Now, I'm not sure if Ron knows that one or not.
No, Ron doesn't. Oh, no, I'm not sure Ron wants to know because it sounds almost like I hope they serve beer in hell.
No, Dudes is a really, really weird movie. It's an older one, but it has Flea in it. It's interesting to say the least. I'm sure Trevor playing bass has to admire Flea.
Yeah, a good bit. Yeah.
For sure. Anyways, going to the cast here, we got Raymond Barry as Joe Garrett, or the Iceman. He was in Walk Hard. Dude's been in quite a bit of shit, to be honest with you. He has well over 100 credits, just like the majority of a lot of the people that we have that are in a lot of these episodes. They didn't really fuck around when it came to getting like bigger named actors for the time. I will say that he definitely played a cop in a lot of the things that he did. Like quite a few. It was like Captain this or Cop this. Like he did a bunch of shit, but majority of it he ended up doing like roles where he was playing a cop. One of the weirdest things though is like I always notice like especially like movies that I remember going out and seeing in the theater when I was younger. But he was in Flubber, which I thought was pretty fucking interesting. And
rules.
Yeah, definitely. This episode also has a pretty young Brad Pitt in this as well. I really don't know if I really need to really go too much into detail in some of the roles that he's been in. He's pretty much been in everything. Like he seems to have been in a lot of shit at least. I guess he doesn't really have as many credits as you would assume though.
He's got at least 7.
At least 7.
Wow. That was horrible.
You're welcome.
Oh man, well, it could be worse. But he's probably best known for like 12 Monkeys, Fight Club, The Mexican, True Romance. You know, he's been
his 10 minutes in True Romance.
You know, it's he probably had less time in this episode. To be fair,
yeah.
You know, we also got Michelle Bronson in this as Carrie Garrett. She played the daughter on this.
Any relation to the king of canon films?
I do not know, honestly. I don't think so.
Because if that's her dad, then she's my new favorite actress.
Oh, well, that's all right. All right. She really didn't do too much. She has a couple of credits, but you know, obviously 2 of them are for this because it is the TV movie as well as the show. She was in Naked Jane, Blossom Time, 976 Wish, and Sons and Daughters. She did an episode on there as well. And then we also have Jake Keller in this as Joe's mechanic. Which is, they didn't even fucking name him. That's how much they love this guy. He's just Joe's mechanic. But he was in the amazing film Waterworld, which is like one of the highest rated movies of all time. He was also in The Big Lebowski, The Lesser Evil, Lethal Weapon 4, which really isn't surprising considering like all the producers were the producers of this. He was in Men in Black 2, a shitload of TV episodes for sure. And that pretty much wraps up the majority of the cast for this. You get a voice by Alva Petway, who does the dispatcher voice, but he also really didn't do too much. He did like 2 TV episodes where he was like a reporter and things like that, like before this, but this was the last thing he ever really did. I think after acting and doing that voice role for this episode, he just like gave up on his dream of being in Hollywood. But anyways, that pretty much concludes the cast for this. But Ron, it's your fucking turn to talk about the episode and do the walkthrough, buddy.
Was I supposed to watch something?
I really fucking hope you did. That's for sure.
I did.
All right. Well, fair enough. So go ahead and take it off, buddy.
Okay, so basically this episode is the least crypty Tales from the Crypt episode ever. At least Showdown had like dead people in it. It starts off with this race, drag race, and one of the cars, the car not driven by Brad Pitt, crashes and burns, and Brad Pitt wins, quote, another race. There he is right there, looking as a douchebaggy high school kid as ever. Then we cut to him kind of trying to menace this cop into racing him. Because he's like, oh, you're the greatest racer ever. That's kind of what he sounds like. And
That's accurate.
And then he eventually kind of weasels his way in by using his daughter, and basically says, you get your daughter back if you win this race, kind of thing. Like he has her locked in a trunk. Oh, wow, look at that. Look at that. We didn't rehearse this, kids.
Probably the best shot of that.
Well, that's how the only way I see women. But
Brett, behave yourself.
And
Damn it.
and then I mean, it's a really kind of it's a quick episode. Joe goes and he gets his old car from his mechanic, who reminds me of the Steele's buddy in Day of the Dead. You know, that guy.
Yeah.
And then they race, and Billy, played by Brad Pitt, loses. Spoiler alert, he rams, thank you, yeah, right into a Caterpillar. Funny story, Caterpillar had an employee whose son went on to be John Barrowman. If anybody watches Doctor Who, Captain Jack Harkness. And Caterpillar isn't that far from where I live. So yeah, and then instead of like him getting arrested or having Joe kill him, he just like, I guess you won us, man. And he just lights his lighter and he drops it into the gas and the car blows up. Him and his daughter walk away, the end. And then the Crypt Keeper makes some puns. Now, the Crypt Keeper, what he says in the very beginning of the episode has nothing to do with the episode. It had nothing to do with the fact that he doesn't want to die before his time. It's like, what does that have to do with fucking anything? And okay, we'll get into that when we talk about the episode. That's basically it.
Yeah. yeah. That is pretty fair. So, and with this episode really not having any kind of comic book with it, there's really not going to be a way for me to do a comic book comparison this time. So for all of you hardcore EC fanatics out there, which I know there's quite a few of them, including David there, who let me go ahead and throw this out there. Yes. Two Fisted Tales was hosted by Bill Sadler, William Sadler, same guy, who was in the episodes The Man Who Was Death, The Assassin in the movie Demon Knight. For those who don't know, if you watch the movie Demon Knight in the beginning, he's the mummy, which is
No, he's the mummy in the beginning of Bordello of Blood.
Oh yeah, my bad. He's
Also,
the lead in
if you
Demon
don't
Knight,
know, he when David here says he's death, he means from Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey and
Yes.
Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Yes. Which I fucking love. Bill and Ted, still the best Keanu Reeves movies out there. I don't really give a fuck about the John Wick bullshit. Bill and Ted's where it's at. He says there's an 80s movies I've seen called Less Than Zero. It's about the man in the early 20s who has a drug problem. Brad Pitt has an uncredited appearance.
But what's even more important than Brad Pitt's uncredited appearance is the fact that I can't fucking remember his name. Andrew McCarthy walks in on Robert Downey Jr. blowing some guy for coke.
Huh? I heard you had a similar situation where somebody walked in on you.
That was me.
Yeah, I was. I had a mouthful of dust from Rob, and because don't tell anybody. I know we're not
It had been a
live,
while.
and there's nobody here watching right now, but nothing but sawdust down there. He
It's
doesn't
the
actually have
only
any
way we could
testicles.
afford that lyric video.
Yes.
Fair enough. We got Cage Yuji joining in here, saying "Yo, hey,
Yo.
thanks for joining."
What's good?
Right. So, anyways, before we go ahead and I guess keep going, I'm going to go ahead and do a small read because we do want to thank our sponsors for helping us out. So, first off, I want to go ahead and throw a big thank you out there. House of Mysterious Secrets. Please go over, check them out for all these really, really cool horror merchandise. Use our discount code 4130, save 10%. They have shirts, toys, face masks, all sorts of fucking shit. Especially if you're a horror fan, this is definitely a site to check out. And obviously, being a horror fan, we don't get a lot of discounts, unfortunately. So there is a 10% discount with this code.
4130 is also the name of the new Van Halen album without Eddie Van Halen.
Well, yeah.
Nobody gets the 5150 joke. Come on, am I that old?
That's
Am I
like
that old?
Yes.
the 5150 is
Yes.
the amp that I run, but I can't. It doesn't count without Eddie.
For real,
There's
though,
no real.
Ron is that old. Let's just be honest. First off,
That was actually the year he was born.
so I'm gonna go ahead and do a read real quick, and so we'll go ahead and get to that. Ron, if you can, go ahead and take over the screens for me. So, anyways, let's go ahead and go with this. So the sun's out, bums are out, and hopefully your pubes are not out.
Oh,
Also,
geez.
flip-flop season is upon us, and you're out here with those post-pandemic toenails. Don't worry, our friends at Manscaped have you covered. They just launched their 4th generation performance package and their Shears 2.0 nail grooming kit. So join Manscaped movement by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping with our code TFTP20. So the performance package itself, the 4.0, comes with the lawnmower 4.0, which may I add is pretty fucking sweet. It has the advanced skin safe technology to reduce grooming and ingrown hairs, as well as snags on your boys before the beach season. The Lawnmower 4.0 has a 7,000 RPM motor, an on-off travel lock, and gives you the ability to turn on a 4,000 LED spotlight on and off. If the power grid goes out in Texas again, you can use your Lawnmower 4.0 to illuminate the way through this LED spotlight. Fucking A. This is awesome, though. The trimmer is also waterproof, so you can trim in the shower and not worry about cleanup on ILD. And to be 100% honest, I use that thing in the fucking shower. And I mean, you can fully submerge that thing, and it works great. It also comes with the Weed Whacker, which is their nose and ear trimmer, which is also pretty fucking awesome. Very quiet. And for somebody who's actually owned quite a few of like nose trimmers, I don't really trim my ears. Maybe Ron does. He's a little bit older than I am. But this is actually pretty cool because it is rechargeable as well as waterproof and has a 9,000 RPM motor in this with a 360-degree rotary dual blade system, which makes this pretty fucking sweet. We also got the Crop Preserver ball deodorant and the Reviver toner to keep your game in the heat. I'm not going to even lie to you. The ball deodorant is way better than you would imagine it is. And you never would think that you need deodorant for your balls until you try this. And it's like, holy shit, this works. Now, the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant and Crop Reviver Toner keep your game in. Oh, yeah, I already read that part. So even though they do all this, if you order the Performance Package 4.0, you also get some free gifts as well. You get the Shed Travel Bag, which is a really nice bag. It's a leather bag. And they also give you a really nice pair of boxer briefs. And then we also have this Shears 2.0, which is a luxury 4-piece nail kit featuring tempered stainless steel tools, including slash-tip tweezers, round pointed scissors, fingernail clippers, and a medium grit nail file. It actually comes in a pretty snazzy little case as well that goes ahead and clips down, keeps really nice and neat. Like, it's honestly probably one of the nicest trimmer sets I've ever seen when it comes to that.
Magnetic.
So, what was that? I didn't hear you.
It's magnetic.
Oh, yeah, it is magnetic. You're right, 100%. So anyways, get 20% off and free shipping with our code TFTP at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with our code TFTP at manscaped.com. Tame that summer swamp in your pants with Manscaped. So thank you guys so much for Manscaped. For real, we do appreciate our sponsorship. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and take a small commercial break, and we'll be back in just a few minutes to tell you guys what we thought about this episode.
Are you a fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic books? Then Epic Tales from the Sewers is a podcast for you. We cover the comic books, video games, movies, cartoons, and anything else turtle related. We talk about the toys, we talk about the cereal, we talk about all the fun things about turtles that we love so much. So give a listen. You can find us on iTunes, Google Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more. Check out Epic Tales from the Sewers, part of the Epic Airways Podcast Network. Give a listen, dudes. Cowabunga is this podcast for you.
Greetings! We are the Retro Reductopus Cephala Podcast, a bi-weekly show that celebrates all the things that made growing up awesome.
He's right. We wax philosophic about lots of geeky crap like old video games and movies, toys, cartoons. I don't know, help me out here.
Music, pants, quoting video games that don't have dialogues, shabibans, tasty news,
Unnecessarily long Japanese onomatopoeia.
butt breathers, uncomfortable nature facts.
or how to install a thermoflange.
And unlike all those other podcasts, we at Retro Reductopus have an exciting rotating host schedule.
Do we? We sure do.
So, if you didn't like the guy flapping his gums this week,
Like me.
worry not, gentle listener. Next week we'll have a whole new host.
Of problems.
Hey, they might still suck, but they'll suck differently.
And you know what's really cool? Retro Reductopus is part of the Dorkening and Inebriar podcast networks, with new episodes every Tentacle Tuesday.
Which is like every other Tuesday. We named it.
Anyways, you can listen to us at iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher,
Or any podcast player cool enough to carry the only show that celebrates all things that make growing up awesome.
Hello, this is the Sasquatch, aka Bigfoot, but you can just call me Frank. And when I'm not stomping around the woods throwing rocks at hunters, I like to listen to the Paranormal Punchers podcast. That's right, Paranormal Punchers. They talk about all things paranormal, and they're hilarious. Go find them on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, and paranormalpunchers.com.
Trick or Treat Radio is a phantasmagorical spin kick straight through the heart of pop culture, navigated by the Deadites. We are the world's greatest electroshock band, we destroy monsters, we drink booze, and we win championship belts. If you're not listening to Trick or Treat Radio, here's a taste of what you've been missing.
There's 3 guarantees in life. What are they?
Death, taxes, and Trick or Treat Radio every Friday morning.
This is one of the most convoluted movies I've ever seen in my life.
I'm fucking trying, man.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
It's like he took a shit on a pile of shit.
But you shit on him for liking what he likes.
Yeah, well, it's my job.
This podcast is now banned in Germany.
It's me, Giovanni Lombardo Radici.
Shut up. I call bullshit. I demand someone to bring me the face of Lindsay Lohan.
If I had genitals, I would definitely bang her.
Oh, wait. She's a great big fan person.
You just hit the jackpot.
This is a weird movie, huh?
It had action, it had suspense, it had great characters, it had great acting.
I'm gonna strangle you with my jockey shorts.
I don't like mobster movies.
All right, well, here's my take. You're a sick fuck.
Thank you. Now shut the fuck up and let me talk.
Have you ever seen 2001?
The box, right? The box and the monkey.
Available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and trickortreatradio.com.
Arrivederci, douchebag.
Ken Gage dropping in.
You're that nerd.
Probably a high school dropout.
Like a lot of people nowadays, I listen to a wide variety of podcast shows.
You've got to have your marbles examined.
One of my all-time favorites is called Retro.
Can you hear this?
Or Retro to the Third. For over a decade now, it's been covering topics like comic books, horror films, action figures, trading cards, video games, UFOs, science fiction, wrestling, black magic, weird pop culture, sea monkeys, and underground art.
Is that all you've got to say?
Sea monkeys? Hundreds of episodes hosted by Raven Johnson.
Hello, welcome back to Retro. I'm your host, Raven J.
And an odd assortment of semi-regular guests. Some are even normal. Even I have been on the show.
I got a feeling that this is the turning point in my life. Wow!
Go to retro3.podbean.com or simply Google retro to check out this fun and, I think, underappreciated podcast that's been way out there practically since podcasts were invented by Bigfoot and his cryptozoological buddies.
I think you're crazy.
I don't know what the hell that was.
Okay, I may have made that last part up.
And we are back as Trevor decided to walk away, but it's fine. It's fine.
That shit is
Poor
shit.
timing.
It is. It's my fault for inviting him. I knew better. No, I'm joking. So, anyways, there's our commercial break and everything. So let's go ahead and talk about what we thought of this episode. Now, I know that you guys really haven't got a chance to watch a lot of these episodes or anything like that. And unfortunately, this is the one that it fell on. So it was, I won't lie to you guys. There are so many other episodes that are significantly better than this. And if you guys do ever want to really start to get into this and dive deeper into some of the Tales from the Crypt episodes, I strongly suggest checking out the first two seasons. The budget was a lot less on those. And to say the least, animatronics with the Crypt Keeper and everything, you can definitely tell they had to slow it down, things like that. But the episodes themselves, those first two seasons probably have some of the best episodes of the entire series in them. But with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about what we thought about this episode. So I'm going to go ahead and just go from the bottom and up and everything. So Rob, why don't you go ahead and lead us off with what you thought of this episode? And just so you know, we do like to play a little rating game with this. So if you can give us a rating between 1 and 10, where you would set this at.
Okay, so I actually, the first thing that I thought, like, I'm a bit of a car guy. So as soon as I saw cars, I was like, yes, okay, good. Something that I click with. But I think the favorite part, I'm going to fast forward through the whole damn thing. My favorite part was when Joe went to his mechanic. He's like, I polished up the car every 6 months to make sure, just in case you were coming back. And then he starts the car. And I even kept her tuned up. I'm like, thank God, because the fuel lines would have melted if you didn't. Somebody was there taking care of it. That's for some reason this the one thing that I'm fixated on is the fact that actually needed to happen for that car to work. And if I compared it to Fast and Furious, it may not be a great comparison, but you don't hear that kind of stupid stuff that actually makes it make sense. So I really like that.
To be fair, Fast and Furious is pretty much just garbage anyway.
Fair. But Mr. Clean is in it, so
Mr. Clean does a better job in commercials. But go ahead and continue.
Yeah, but that ending scene though, that ending scene is pretty cheesy in my opinion, but it was like you saw it coming, like you saw the wind up from, like, no pun intended, but from like a mile away, like.
Yeah, well, that is something that Tales from the Crypt is definitely notorious for. That's for sure.
But I mean, all in all, like, if you're saying like that's like one of the worst, like not necessarily the worst, but one of the like the less creepy episodes, I'd probably still give that, like, as far as entertainment value, I'd probably give that like a 7, 6.5.
That's fair. That's fair. I can't really poke any holes in that. That's definitely a pretty decent rating there. Trevor, what about you? I'm sure the holes and things.
I do.
Yeah,
glory holes for everyone.
I'm glad I didn't sip my water before that.
I agree with Rob in the entertainment department. Like 6 or 7's pretty good. Yeah, like literally nothing about the episode is creepy unless like you're an arachnophobe. But yeah. I mean, yeah,
nice.
That. It's kind of a fun watch. If it were like extended for a movie and like, you know, had more content.
It was not extended in the movie. I'm just gonna let you know that now. They
Like,
just had 3 little segments instead.
I mean, let's say if it had, you know, more time to like expand on something, it would be maybe a little bit neater. But like, it was pretty good. Pretty pretty cheesy in some parts, especially like the end.
That's fair.
It's that is like, I don't know. It's not really you'll never take me alive thing. It's just like, I won't let you in. I go boom. But yeah, it was entertaining, not spooky at all, but entertaining.
All right, that's fair. So you're pretty much on the same boat as Rob on this one for sure.
Yeah.
So what about you, Brett?
I would say that it's just like cheesy enough where it's like this is some good content right here. But I was honestly shocked at the end. I won't say shocked, that's maybe too strong of a word. But like I was expecting the lighter gas to like kill the guy, like for like Brad Pitt to actually like successfully kill him. But like when I saw that he like walked away totally fine with his daughter, I'm just like, huh.
Yeah, it's definitely odd to have that kind of happy ending.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, where would you rate this one?
Our thing here at Tales from the Podcast is putting people who don't normally watch this kind of stuff in very awkward situations.
Oh yeah. It can't be worse than what we did to Sean Smithson.
That's true.
My actual rating is probably 6. My fake rating is a perfect 10 out of 10.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that's 6. Okay. So
60% of the time, it works 100% of the time.
Hey, exactly. If it fits, so it don't matter. So Ron, what about you, buddy?
I'm here to deflate everyone's balloon. So this is not, like they said, not scary at all, not creepy at all. There's no twist. As you're watching this episode, I don't know if anybody else did, but as I'm watching it, I'm thinking, okay, this is karma coming back. This is fate, destiny, whatever, coming back to get Joe for what he did when he was younger, which they don't really expound upon that much to begin with. Nope, it's just some asshole racer played by, ex Jennifer Aniston, ex Angelina Jolie guy, whatever. That's all it is. It's super simple, super stupid. I can't believe Tom Holland directed this. I hope the paycheck had plenty of zeros in it.
Just zeros, actually.
They just didn't have to pay out since he was also like producing and everything.
Right. And David mentioned Warren Zevon doing the soundtrack for this episode. I hope that Warren's check was nice and big, because that was some of the worst Warren Zevon music I've ever heard in my life. This is not a Tales from the Crypt. Okay, as a Tales from the Crypt episode, I give this a 2. A 2. As a regular episode of something else, I give it a 3. Because it is just so blah, and it's so lame, and it's almost stupid. Who crushes a tarantula with their bare fucking feet?
That's fair. That's fair.
Iceman does. That's who. We watched it.
Right, but here's the thing, and it would have been an ironic twist of fate that they could have redone. You know, that he sets fire to the gas. Wouldn't it be a little bit more chef's kiss if the Iceman melted?
Fair enough. That's for sure.
Thank you. But no, so yeah, this was hot fucking garbage. I'm just gonna say it. And what the Crypt Keeper said in the beginning of the episode made no fucking sense with the episode, because it wasn't about an old racer who's trying not to die before his time. John, if you're watching, you were fantastic, but whoever wrote that segment needs to be smacked right upside the fucking head, because they are stupid. But yeah, this is one of the, and I'm being completely honest, I don't ball wash. Except my own.
Manscaped.
I use Manscaped. Off. Remember that, Heidi. Boy, the text I'm about to get. I just didn't like this at all. I thought Showdown was way better than this, because Showdown had some build up to it. It had some kind of a twist with it. Now, I'm not looking for an M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong twist at all. I'm looking for a Tales from the Crypt twist, and which is usually something like I forget the episode it was on when I first started coming on. The there's the text. It was the one about the painter who killed people.
Okay,
and that was a fucking Tales from the Crypt episode. That was great.
It was. That's for sure.
Now that was season 2, early season 3.
I think that might have been season 3.
Yeah. See, so it's early stuff. It's great. Now they're great. What they should have done with the Two Fisted Tales stuff is they should have just put all of it together and re-edited it and put out as a movie, not a
TV movie,
not a TV movie, because then more people can bitch about it than just me.
Interesting.
Then again, I do watch TV movies, so what am I
think that
about?
episode you were talking about, by the way, was
Ease will kill you.
Yeah, Ease will kill you. That's for sure. David obviously did that. Of course, David. So I guess.
And the tattoo part, fucking, why is he? What the hell? I honestly thought that he was karma, or he was the devil, or he was something. But no, he was just some fucking greaser asshole who stole Joe's food at the drive-in.
And then got a bunch of men's names tattooed on his arm.
Right.
I think I feel like that's something that Brad Pitt probably does normally, though.
Those tattoos may have been real for all we know.
Right. Like, I'm sure if you look at Brad Pitt's arm, it's just full of men names.
It says Garrett right here.
Right? Some of them were pretty fucking bad. So,
hey now. Cocksucker.
Ron does a great bubble, so I will throw that out there. So I'll go ahead and I'll get into my review of this one. I kind of agree with Ron with a big chunk of this to an extent. I thought the episode, as far as the plot and the storyline, was very lacking compared to a lot of the other episodes. I thought them bringing Brad Pitt onto this one and everything was definitely more of a push for the TV movie, so that they could be like, yeah, we got a name, so we can go ahead, try to do something with this.
But was he a name in 92?
I'm gonna go ahead and say he probably was.
I think he maybe had done Legends of the Fall, and a bunch of bi-curious fellas and gay guys were really into it.
That's where those tattoos came from.
Yeah.
I wonder if he hung out at the bar from Friday from Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2.
So by 1992, he was already done a year playing in the TV show Dallas. He did an episode of Freddy's Nightmares. He did some stuff on Growing Pains. Trying to think of like what bigger movies he might have done. He did some TV movies, nothing really big. He did Across the Tracks. Thelma and Louise was already out before then. Johnny Suede was as well. So, and then during 1992, I'm not sure if it was released beforehand or not, but his best movie came out in 1992 as well, Cool World.
Oh, jeez.
I love that movie. I don't know what you have against it. Cool World was fucking awesome.
It wants to be Roger Rabbit.
Don't you? Or you just want Jessica?
Hey.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind Kathleen Turner back then, but now she looks like she's waiting for Salacious Crumb to come bring her something to eat.
God damn it. So, anyways, though,
no Star Wars fans here, but JB tonight. That's great.
I'm a fan. So, anyways, I will say like the acting in it was pretty good though. The storyline at least it was there. You could follow it all the way through. The mechanic was definitely pretty fucking cheesy. There really wasn't the twist at all in this. The death of the Brad Pitt's character, was it Billy? It was pretty fucking lackluster. He runs into something and then decides to fucking blow it up. It's kind of stupid, to be honest with you.
Plus, there are not to interrupt you, but I'm good at this. But there's giant plot holes in this. Let me explain. When he says, "I'll give you your daughter back if you win," he gives him his daughter back before the race even fucking starts. They could have ran away.
Realistically, why the fuck didn't she just pull the trigger right then and there? Just fucking kill him,
right?
It would have been
a great twist is if she went to go shoot him and the gun was empty.
I was thinking if it was like an actual starter gun from like like a track
with a blank in it,
like the blanks. So if it was literally just like a cap gun, and it's like, haha, dumbass.
Right.
Like, that's what I was expecting when she was. I thought she was gonna pull the trigger, and actually, like, it's like, haha. It's like, because it's like, it's obviously the gun is a fake. Like it's not packing any real punch. Like it's not that scary. It literally looks like a starter gun. The way he's flicking around, like
a little like 1 or 2 shot little thing that a woman will keep in her purse in the 20.
Like he's trying to be all this huge badass. And he's flicking this like
it's
right. I like it's pretty hard to tell what kind of gun it was, but I can't imagine it being too much bigger than like a 22 revolver. Like there wasn't.
Chuck Bronson would laugh at him.
Yeah, that's for sure. Overall, though, with this episode as a Tales from the Crypt episode, I completely agree. I'd have to give this probably like a 2 to a 3 on there, but. This is where I kind of, go a little bit different than Ron. But as a Two-Fisted Tales thing with that whole series, I will say that this right here does kind of fit in with that, especially, kind of like the because Showdown, it had some horror element to an extent, but, that Yellow and this, which was sort of the 3 episodes that made up the Two-Fisted Tales segment or the TV movie, kind of like fit in together. It does make a decent movie, especially with Bill Sadler in there and everything, but it doesn't fit in with the Tales from the Crypt episode. There's no arguing that whatsoever. I really wish that they would have just kept it as the TV movie and not added in. It almost makes you feel that the producers at the time might have been running out of ideas and just rehashed them. And with the producers of Tales from the Crypt being who the fuck they are, which, keep in mind, like, I'm not sure, you guys are a little bit younger than us, but I'm just going to...
a lot younger than me.
I'm just going to read off some of these names, though. All right, you got Gilbert Adler producing, Richard Donner, David Giller, Walter Hill, let's see, Joel Silver, Robert Zemeckis. I mean, you got some huge fucking names behind this. There is no reason that they wouldn't have been able to, come up with a few more bucks to actually put out some episodes that were a little bit better than this one.
And Walter Hill made the best buddy cop movie ever.
What's that?
48 hours.
Fair enough. All right, that wasn't bad. I don't even really like too many of those kind of movies either. But
Well, it's not even a buddy
all
cop
right.
comedy. It's more like if it wasn't for 48 hours, there wouldn't be stuff like Lethal Weapon and things like that. And by the way, for those watching, Lethal Weapon is a Christmas movie more than Die Hard is. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but it's not as much of a Christmas movie as Gremlins. We all know that.
That's yeah.
Gremlins is like the ultimate Christmas movie.
I would have loved to have seen the original cut of that because it was way darker.
Yeah, I've heard stories. I really would have too.
Joe Dante was talking about, and he's like, Stripe was supposed to be Gizmo. Gizmo was supposed to turn into the big main head gremlin. The mother's head was supposed to get chopped off with one of those swords that kept falling off at the door, and it was supposed to roll down the stairs at one point. The sequence where she's stabbing the gremlin in the kitchen was supposed to be way more graphic, and so a family film.
What the fuck is Brett doing? Sorry,
He's playing with his dongle.
I think he got bored. I think
Brett, can you not play with your dongle while we're live, please?
Or at least save
practice
it
is
for your
fine.
OnlyFans.
Right. Well, at least we know that he truly does not give a shit about being on. So, anyways. Hey, it's fair. It's okay. So, anyways, that pretty much kind of wraps up the episode with everything with Tales from the Crypt. Unfortunately, obviously not a favorite. Well, you guys liked it a lot, but you guys aren't really huge fans of the Tales from the Crypt series. So, hopefully, you guys get a chance to actually go back and watch some of these older episodes and everything. And if you do, I really hope you guys contact me and let me know what you guys really think of it, because I guarantee your rating on this episode would be like, all right, you know what?
It's
you
gonna go
guys
way
are right.
down.
It's like this one was shit for sure.
What was the
Go
name of
watch
that
all through the
episode?
house.
What was the name
Can
of
I
that
bump
episode
mine
again
up?
where like the artist like killed people? Or the painter?
Easel kill ya.
That is just that title is like
That's actually really much a Brett joke. That's something Brett would say.
Easel kill, yeah.
Well, there's some really good ones. My personal favorite is called Lower Birth, which is kind of like the origin story of the Crypt Keeper, which we have one of the best special effects artists in the fucking world directing it, Kevin Yeager. Fuck you, Ron. You know damn well he's fucking
Tom
amazing.
Savini is the fucking king. As much of a
I'm
dick
not
as
gonna
he
say
is.
Savini is not great. Savini's awesome, but you can't fucking deny that Yeager's not a fucking amazing.
I never
fucking
said he
artist.
wasn't. I never said he wasn't, but I don't
Right.
agree that he's one of the best.
Just you old timers are kind of like stuck in your ways. With
Hey!
that.
Okay, boomer.
Get off my fucking lawn. Hey, I am Gen X. I don't give a fuck what you think.
I really hate the fact that I'm still technically classified as a millennial. But anyways, I do want to thank you guys so much for coming on. It's definitely been a fun and interesting time, that's for sure. I really do hope that you guys go and actually do, check out some of these other episodes, so that's for sure. Did you guys have anything that you guys would like to add before we go ahead and wrap this up and get the fuck out of here?
Brett, maybe.
Any of you can take over at this point. None of you are really talking much but Rob.
Story of our lives.
There is the Tales from the Crypt. Is that on any sort of like streaming service, like Netflix?
No,
or something?
unfortunately, when this got bought out, it was done with Joel Silver Holdings. It's going
Now
through
he's
a lot
gonna
of.
start talking about it. Thanks.
Yeah, you have no idea what the fuck you got into. There's just an
And
entire
it's 1 in the
court case
morning.
with it. Oh God. Oh.
I'm all ears.
All right.
All
here
the
we
episodes
go.
are on YouTube.
Fine, they're on YouTube. Damn it. Whatever.
JB, just be careful. He might shove his dongle in your face while
Yeah,
you're
you
talking.
already tried. That's for sure.
And this time you won't ask for it.
I didn't ask for it the first time.
That's not
You didn't
true.
say you hated it.
Right. So anyways, thank you guys so much for coming on. It's definitely been a pleasure. It's been fun for sure. It's definitely been a very interesting few weeks chatting with you guys as well. Rob especially, man. You're definitely a pretty fun dude, that's for sure.
We'll keep those chats locked in a crypt somewhere.
I don't blame you. I don't.
It would be a tale from the crypt.
Yeah, it'd be a little bit more than that.
That message thread is like you read it, you'll need a therapist, 100%.
Right. Rob might get arrested for sexual harassment
multiple times.
No, things are a little easier up in Canada.
Yeah, that's true. It's not like it is in Louisiana.
I feel like there's an
Okay.
ex-girlfriend joke here.
I'll tell you after the show. So, anyways, dude, thank you guys so much for being on. Though it's been a fun time, that's for sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop you guys below. Feel free to stay there if you want to chat for a few minutes after we get off of here. But go ahead and start dropping you guys down, and Ron and I will finish this up. Thank you guys once
Thanks
again,
for having us.
everybody. Go check out Wash's Garden and Blood. Check them out on YouTube, Instagram, everywhere. I went ahead and I've already posted all their links everywhere. Check them.
You're the best.
I'm second best.
It's all one big link.
Well, no, if you
Nice.
actually, it's that's the way it looks like on StreamYard. But if you actually guys go and look at like the Twitch channel, Facebook channel, they're all
Yeah.
separate links and everything, and everybody can click on them, cut, copy, and paste. So thank you guys once again. I'm going to drop you down.
Thank you.
Interesting
Now that they're
episode.
gone, let's talk shit about them.
That's fucking shitty. Oh man, definitely an interesting episode. I'm not gonna lie, a tad bit disappointed that they didn't watch any of the good episodes of Tales from the Crypt, or really
My
didn't
big
know too much
question-
about it going into it.
My only question before we go: tell me the next episode isn't yellow.
We've already done Yellow.
Thank the fucking maker.
Oh no. In fact, the next episode of Tales from the podcast is actually not a bad one, and I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to check the calendar to double check the guest on it, but we will be doing the episode Maniac at Large, which is based off of the Crime Suspense Stories issue number 27. You'll
What's
like
that
this
Burt
one.
based off of?
Drinking a lot of pop, but
Pop. What the fuck, pop? Oh my god, it's called soda.
Go
Or
fuck
call it by its
yourself.
name.
Dr. Pepper Zero. So
Zero. Cherry.
fair enough, man. So do you have anything that you want to go ahead and add on to here before we go ahead and start getting the fuck
Just
out?
check out Troma now on Amazon Fire, on Roku, on Google Play and Apple, and visit UncleRon'sDriveIn.com and all that happy stuff. And Who's Gonna Watch You Die is still available for $5 with the commentary, and that will be put up on Uncle Ron's Drive-In. Oh, or right there.
Right. That's a direct link if anybody does want to go
Yes.
and check it out and everything. That's for sure.
Yeah, $5 you get the actual version and then the version with the commentary. So
Yeah, definitely. Before we go ahead and get out of here, I also want to go ahead and throw a huge shout out to our buddy Raven J. You guys can check him out over on Instagram. I believe he goes by Scallop Space Age for some of the help with the new artwork and everything, and getting Ron zombified, if you will.
doesn't take much.
No, it really didn't. He was like, man, dude, it like took me 2 seconds. Like I just had to change the color a little bit, but I think it turned out amazing. I hope everybody likes it. We definitely had a blast with it.
Buy
and
Ron
everything.
Zombie shirts when they're up because they are coming.
They are coming all over you.
Yeah. They'll stop right about here with the sleeve, though.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
But all over your tits.
Right. But definitely we want to, throw that huge shout out to him, man. Thank you so much, buddy, for getting that done for us. And check out his podcast as well, Retro, which you guys saw the ad for it. Check him out over. I'm pretty sure he's on almost any podcatcher that's out there and everything. So he's a lot of fun. He's a good guy, and he definitely knows his shit. And if you do contact him, go and order some of these really, really cool. I don't know where mine is. It's in the other room. But he has these really badass Bigfoot keychains. And I got a couple of them, but man, they're pretty cool. He does a really good job. You never expect somebody who actually can do something like that. So it's interesting for sure. So, and Ron, obviously check him out with the Uncle Ron's Drive-In.
That's right.
Right.
There's
And
no funny business going on there until Uncle Ron gets a piece.
That's for sure. And once again, I want to thank our sponsors for sure. We got House of Mysterious Secrets. Go to houseofmysterioussecrets.com. Use our promo code 4130. Save 10% on all your awesome horror merch. And any support that you can give us, check out MANSCAPED. Use our code TFTP20. Save 20%. Get free shipping. And keep your balls fucking smooth.
And
If
free shipping.
Right. If you are a female, don't worry about it. Get it for the man in your life. If you're not into men, get it for the dad in your life, the grandpa in your life. Everybody likes to have clean balls. Right, Ron?
I'm sorry,
You're an
I
old
was
man.
busy
You're an
cleaning
old
my
man.
balls.
You're an old man. I'm sure you are.
Oh, I love having clean balls because then when I go to the nursing home to pick up, man, they ain't got to worry about nothing.
Fair enough. So, anyways, thanks everybody for watching. It's been a fun time. We appreciate it. Oh, I forgot. Next week, 2 Guys, 1 Crypt. We have Shante. I'm not even going to fucking try to pronounce that. From the Happy Hour News team joining us, and we're going to be talking about the horror film They Come Knocking, which is on Hulu right now. So if you have Hulu, go check it out. Join us for the discussion next week. It should be interesting.
I won't be here, but Chuck will.
Chuck will be back, even though you do a great Chuck. I will say that much.
I sure do, because I'm a drummer for Bastard Sons of a Judas Goat. Kentucky.
Kentucky. He says it just like that.
Yeah.
I'm happy you didn't do the brother.
Well, I don't say it all the time, man. I mean, when we're talking to Louisiana, I don't say brother or anything like,
Right. So anyways, thanks everybody for listening. And with that being said, the crypt is closed.
Thanks for listening, kiddies. You're all a scream.